Left out a lot of points in the second half, so that's gonna be the biggest takeaway, is just making sure that next time we take advantage of those opportunities to take them out. But I was super proud of like guys like Jay Watt and Juice and Caden Lee, and even Prescorn had a big third down conversion. So all those guys stepping up, making big plays, and then obviously like running the football, especially in that fourth quarter, was big for us. And yeah, I think this was just a really good win for our team. I can't even explain how much it hurt last week. So just being able to go through that and then stack this win and get some good momentum.
Jaxson, I think the words you said to me last week was sick when I asked what the mood was with y'all. How did you see y'all kind of respond throughout this week of practice?
I was just really impressed with like how we were able to come together. We had a player meeting, a lot of meetings with just one-on-one individual guys, and as leadership, when you have like such a talented team and you have a game like that, you just screw up on your own. You definitely have to look at yourself in the mirror. You got to see like what are you about, like what's your identity as a team. So just being able to have those conversations, and the team felt a lot of urgency this week, and yeah, I was just happy how we were able to come together instead of divide.
Jaxson, what's it like to have a guy like JJ there on the goal line?
He's so awesome.
A couple of those plays.
He's so awesome. He's the only defensive tackle who can move like that in the whole country. He could honestly play tight end for us too. So he's a special talent, and anytime that he's in the game and has the opportunity to have the ball in his hands, good things are going to happen, especially on the offensive side.
With the atmosphere being made so much what it is in this place, how big was it for the defense to get those early stops and for y'all to capitalize?
Oh, huge, very huge. Especially getting those turnovers early in the game, and then us being able to capitalize on those. Going up 2 scores is a really big deal, especially when you're going into somebody else's place. And then, just them playing a complete game, being able to hold them out of the end zone is, extremely impressive, especially against an SEC opponent.
How big were you trying to get a touchdown for Juice? Tried to go up top a couple times that just missed on a couple of those throws.
Yeah, those ones are going to hurt. Those ones are going to hurt for sure. But I was happy with how he was able to handle himself. I know that's definitely not easy coming into a place where you were the guy and then everybody turns on you. But I'm just proud of him, how he handled this week. And people forget, like, he was hurt this whole offseason, so we didn't get a lot of reps together. And I think it's just kind of a wake-up call for us as well, just to try to take advantage of the reps we get in practice.
Lane was sitting where you were sitting a minute ago, and he kept glancing up at that too. I mean, Vanderbilt beating Alabama a week after Alabama beats Georgia. I mean, does it kind of just show how crazy the league is, maybe how crazy the game is right now?
Yeah, absolutely. That dude's a beast. Pavia, he fires me up. But yeah, I think the SEC is the closest thing to the NFL. You hear people say that all the time, but it really is. Like, it's unpredictable each and every week. If you're not really on your shit, like, you can slip up and lose. So, and that goes for anybody, any team. I mean, that game says it all too, and just like us last week. So, it's definitely really fun to play in. It can get stressful at times, but you got to stay on your toes and be ready each and every week.
You guys are going to have a huge one next weekend, obviously, against the team that you've had downs and ups against. How big of a game does that already feel like to you going to Tiger Stadium?
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge, but I'm going to make sure to enjoy this one with our team. SEC games are hard to come by and they're hard to win, regardless of who you're playing, especially coming into a hostile atmosphere like this. So we're going to enjoy this, but at the same time, we know what's coming up next week, and we know how big of a game it is, and we're going to be ready.
Jaxson, what did you learn about this team just over the last week?
I think it just showed like what our true identity is. Like I said earlier, like we had every opportunity to divide and turn away inside the locker room, point fingers at this, that, and the other. And the truth is we didn't. Coming out of the game, we were all just quiet in the locker room. Like, there wasn't a lot of words said. We all had the exact same feeling. I mean, a lot of us met up like at 2 a.m. that day. Like, we couldn't sleep, and we just had tough conversations. And like I said, so us being able to bounce back and have a win like this, and then obviously our defense coming up and showing out in a big way was huge.
I don't know if you can get into the facility at 2 a.m. I don't know if you're part of that meeting, but where was that at?
Well, we have fingerprints, so we can
Okay.
get in. But we actually had it. We had like a little fire, and we just sat around the fire.
Jaxson, what's it like just playing with a defense with this level of trust you put in them? You probably never had that during your time at Ole Miss.
Honestly, I haven't had a defense like this in my college career. So it takes a lot of stress off of our shoulders when we feel like we don't have to score every single drive to win. I think we need to start feeling like that a little bit more so we can put more points up. But at the same time, when you can come off the field and you have all the confidence, regardless of where you give the ball to your defense, that they're going to find a way to come out with a stop. And I think they're the prime example of bend but don't break. So, you know, like I've said it from the get-go, like it's tough to go against them in practice. So I know it's got to be hard for everybody else to go against them as well.
All right, we'll wrap it up with Jaxson.